Good morning. It's Sunday morning, and this is Norma Cowie back with her new computer. And notice that it's a much bigger picture than I've dealt with before. So that's going to be interesting. Anyway, welcome to a Sunday Thought. Today, my title was Handling the Unexpected because 2 weeks ago, when I was doing my talk, I kept getting in the comment columns, no, no sound, no sound. And that freaked me out a little bit because I hadn't run into that before. So anyway, to make a long story short, shut down. Tried to make the sound come and spent 2 days trying to figure that out. I don't know mechanics very well. And then also, just to complicate things, all the color went. I had a black and white computer. So I'm phoned up my computer man, and my computer man came over and basically said, "This is toast. Forget it. You've had it a long time." And I agreed, I had. And so, anyway, to make a long story short, he told me to what to go and buy. And so I happened to be a sale coming up. So I bought it then. And then he worked with it. And there's quite a bit to move from my old computer to this one. And then I got it back, and then I had to learn how to use it. One sleepless night, totally worrying about how I was going to do this and how I was going to work with it and how it was going to work, etc., etc., etc. But guess what? I began working on a project I've got going because I'm planning on um, Wednesday, December the 24th, which is Christmas Eve. Um, Basically, telling you a story, a Christmas story that I have written several Christmas stories over the years, but I'm making this a little bit different. And so I working with a computer, figuring it out how to make it work, writing a sort of a new version of my other stories. So you make a note on your calendars on the 24th, on Wednesday, my regular Wednesday program at 9 a.m. We're going to have a Christmas story. It's actually a lot of metaphysics in it and a lot of it, and I'm just working on it now on certain things, adding or subtracting or taking away and bringing things right. But one of the things that really brought to my attention was things go wrong. Unexpected things happen. What do you do when unexpected things happen? How do you handle it? First of all, you've got to accept it. That's the whole thing, is the acceptance level of what's going on and how it works. And it's not something you're expecting. When things go along really smoothly, and they're always smooth, it makes it easy. And you really, really like that. And you want to just keep on doing all the things that you want to do. And then all of a sudden, something happens. And it's not as simple or as easy as you've had in the past. So, this is where acceptance becomes really important, to accept the inevitable. It's like I had to accept no one was hearing me. It really ticked me off, actually, personally, because I thought I gave a really good talk on the subject matter that I was doing, which I can't remember what it was now. And I was like, and I had pretty well, wondering why people weren't hearing me. Well, we found out, didn't we? The computer basically had crashed and burned. But anyway, as I went on, and I realized that sometimes you feel when you give a talk that it's really good. That was one of them. Never to be heard of again, never to even know what I said, no recording of it anywhere. But I found that really fascinating that here I was thinking I had really done a good job on the topic, which I didn't look back to see what it was, but it was there. And then having to handle in the next, basically, we've been working on this 2 weeks. First of all, accepting there's no way that old computer was going to work. Accepting I had to go buy a new one. Luckily, it was on sale. That was nice. Uh, then wait for it to be brought up to all the things in it from the other one, because I've been working on the other one for years. I had all my writings, all my books, all my yeah, writings, period. I've done a lot of writing over the years besides the books. And anyway, then it was brought here, put together a little bit more, and then I was left with this baby that I didn't know what to do with. Spent one day trying to figure out what to do. I didn't sleep that night because there were some things that I had to do quite quickly, and I wasn't sure how I was going to do them. But anyway, managed to get through that. There's still a few little bumps yet that I have to put together and figure out. So it's like remembering that the world does not end because something doesn't seem to fit or be exactly the way you're used to them being. It's about remembering that if the calmer you stay, the easier it is to work things out. The other thing is to know that you will be able to create and be if you stay calm. I don't always stay calm on these things. I get quite frantic actually because I'm not what you would say mechanically. I'm not a mechanical person. I'm a theoretical person. And yet I've worked with computers for years. I started off with typewriters, by the way. I'm a good typist, and that's the thing why I sat here yesterday. And then I found the delight of this computer. It took me ages to figure out how to begin putting this story I wanted to put in to begin it, in the sort of the word aspect of it. And I was trying and trying and trying to figure out what we're doing. All of a sudden, it began to click. And I hope I remember when I go back and to do some other things. And then I realized that AI was in this because if I put something not quite grammatically correct, it would show up with a blue line. And I went, oh yeah, I need to put a comma there. And then when I went to maybe type a word, and as I said, I'm a good typist, typing since I was 15 for money since I was 15, working in a pool of typists. But anyhow, and but you sometimes still make a mistake, right? So it would say right away a red line that's not spelled right. But then it got exciting because if I put my cursor over that misspelled word, the right spelling would come up. Well, it would give you a variations of several words that would cover that. Did that ever save time? I might be a good typist, which I am. I'm not a good speller. So that was almost like heaven sent. So I managed to move through and begin my story. And I went over everything and sorted it out and came back and made some changes and things. That's what I did yesterday. And getting to know the computer, this morning, I was approaching this program without ever opening up. I was not sure what was going to happen, how it was going to look. I really noticed the broadness of this because my other one did not have one that broad. So it was interesting. Again, the adjustment. So I'm looking at the back here. Oh, I have to change that. I'll have to change some few things because the background looks a little different. Anyway, how do you handle things when it doesn't always work out? That it's unexpected changes, because that's life. Life does. You have a news, you get a phone call, something that you weren't expecting. You have things like this when the computers crash and burn in front of your face. It's like, what do you do? And then, not only that, when you get a new one, how do you make it work? Anyway, it's been a very, very interesting 2 weeks of no computer. I use my computer all the time. And then having to learn how to make it work so that you know where you're at, what you're going on, what's happening. Especially working on this new story, which was a good way to begin, right? So that will be, as I said, on the 24th, which is known as Christmas Eve, on my usual Wednesday program, because I'm just working on timing at what to add in, what to take out. As I said, over the years, when I was a speaker at a metaphysical society, I wrote Christmas stories, and they have a little bit about the story and some about metaphysics, and so it's something that gives me pleasure to do. So I want to welcome back the people that have not seen me for 2 weeks. I'm going to welcome you back, Leroy, and it looks like, I think it's Yvonne. Yeah, looks or sounds like it. Yeah. And let you know, yes, we're back on schedule. Mondays, Wednesdays, Sundays, and maybe the odd one between. We'll see how that works and goes. But thank you so much for tuning in. And I can breathe a sigh of relief. I wasn't sure because I presumed the camera would work. I would presume that everything would go through as I wanted it to. I just was surprised at the width that it shows. I can move my camera back further, probably, and my desk. That's something I will do next time. Monday night, remember Monday night, mental mind treatments, and we'll be back into the regular schedule for sure. You have a great Sunday, and if anything, doesn't quite work the way you want it to, take a breath. Everything works out in the long run. So you have a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow night at 7 for mental mind treatments. Bye for now. Thanks.